Hello. This presentation is intended to meet the critical assignment requirement for the Doctorate of Public Administration 780 Comprehensive Experience. The dissertation research topic is Exploring the Perceptions of Strength-Based Leadership Training Within Social Services by Trinka Landry-Bourne. The evolution of interest in the research topic is to explore theories and concepts associated with strengths-based leadership training. The study is to identify the most impactful domains of strength in developing management at all levels. This study, in relation to public administration, it shapes the foundation of what is obligatory in providing programs and services. When you think of public administration, legitimacy is an important pillar. The legitimacy of the organization and validity of services offered must be managed efficiently and effectively. In order to do this, legitimacy begins with trust. There has to be trust within an organization. If trust is lacking, nothing can be productive and or successful as far as outcomes. This study, from a public administrative perspective, is intended to address the needs and the impact of the community being more legit and efficient and effective in how leadership is addressed and the practices that it entails. The problem of the study is for many, many years, leadership in social services has been misconstrued or based on power, control, dishonesty, and fear. At this point in time, there is a large number of retirements in social services, roughly estimating about 17% of the baby boomer population. This leaves a large gap of knowledge, skills, and ability due to a lack of experience in many of those high-level management positions. As a result, there's a need for a shift in organizational culture or paradigm of leadership practices based on strengths. The purpose, scope of the study is an exploration of strength-based leadership to identify relevant approaches to enhance the development of leaders within social services. It's to identify benefits, value, and feasible ways for leaders to apply and promote strengths-based leadership to sustain positive working relationships with the potential to engage and influence their employees. It is also intended to provide a purposeful, systematic approach to bring adequate change to improve the organization's overall culture and performance. Lastly, it's intended to identify the most essential elements that offer the greatest success of social service leaders to recruit, engage, and retain employees. From a literature review perspective, it was identified that the strength-based leadership entails an assessment tool called the Strengths Finder. Through that assessment tool, there are 4 domains of strengths that are outlined: executing, influencing, relationship building, and strategic thinking. Within those 4 domains, there are themes that align well, providing more specific ways of utilizing those strengths based on appropriate circumstances. Executing, as an example, is a domain with a strength of making things happen, working diligently to get the job done. Leading by influencing is a strength domain of naturally speaking up and taking charge to ensure the team's ideas are heard. Relationship building strengthens teams and holds together, creating organizations much greater than the sum of their own parts. And strategic thinking keeps everyone focused on future planning, stretching thoughts and perspectives to make the most efficient decisions. The greatest discovery is knowing one's strength and the ability to draw on that appropriate strength at the most proficient time. The domains of strengths have been studied by thousands of executive teams through in-depth interviews with formal leaders and leadership teams. Leadership based on strengths allows for remarkable growth and development and greater confidence with the focus on what one does well. Research supports when leaders focus on strengths, there's a substantial increase in engagement levels throughout the organization. From a theoretical framework, it truly begins with Donald O. Clifton, who created Strength Finders. He is recognized as the father of strengths-based psychology. It dates back to 1950, where Clifton began and spearheaded a team of scientists known as Gallup, who dedicated numerous decades to the study of strengths and leadership. There's a wide range of theorists, scientists who partnered and further studied over 70 years of research in relation to strength-based leadership and employee engagement. Some of these theorists include Tom Rath, Marcus Buckingham, Jim Clifton, and Jim Herter. They continuously worked closely with Gallup teams to further survey and provide awareness of greater team engagement, measuring what matters most in building relationships. The Gallup Strength Center is the leading in the training industry as a worldwide destination for strengths-based development. Anticipated participants of the study? It will be based off a population of leaders from supervisors, managers, and executives within social services. Out of 42 departments, we'll specifically be looking at 12 agencies who have completed strength-based leadership training within the past 3 years. From a quantitative approach, a short questionnaire survey will be used as the instrument to identify the most impactful of the 5 domains of strengths from the strength-based leadership training. Analyzing the data collection from the responses will ascertain the 2 most impactful domains of strengths. Moving into the second phase, the qualitative approach will coordinate interviews to obtain more in-depth responses for greater clarity in the aspects of the strengths-based leadership training and how they were able to effectively and efficiently apply the domains of strengths. The research questions will seek to answer, based on the quantitative approach as well as the qualitative, in a mixed methods approach, to what extent has strength-based leadership been most impactful for management? Also looking to identify, to what extent has experience in the strengths-based leadership training enhanced leadership abilities? From a design and procedures perspective, this will be an explanatory, sequential design approach. As I stated before, it's a mixed method approach, and the scope will entail public sector participants at the local level, county level within Southern California, using the explanatory sequential mixed method approach. It will entail a 2-phase data collection approach. So we will collect data from the quantitative through a survey questionnaire, analyze that data. Using the results, we'll then create the second phase of qualitative, collecting that data, analyzing that, and from there we'll interpret our findings and outcomes based on the information obtained. The overall goal of the study is to develop strengths and capture phenomenologies, making a positive difference in shifting organizational culture for many years to come. As research identifies, the ultimate test of being a great leader, not only based on knowledge and experience, but the ultimate test of a leader is not what you do in the here and now, instead, what continues to grow long after you are gone. This gives and provides an overview of my dissertation topic and study, and I look forward to obtaining the information and truly being able to provide feasible and reliable and creditable outcomes that will be useful to all within social services for many years to come. I've included my references as well, showing the great amount of initial research that has been done for this study in support of the need. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to your feedback. Take care. Goodbye.